Hello and welcome in. And please excuse my messy hair. I just came from a walk in the wind. Um, and I have this message on my heart, and it feels important to pop on here and share it with you. So, one of the things that I have, I suppose, been learning about, either through the reflections of the people around me or from my own experience, is just how powerful our words are. And sometimes how little we pay attention to that. So here's an example. I have definitely in the past been the type of person who likes to talk things out and, sometimes complain or really repeatedly like hash out issues that are bothering me with somebody in order to sort of vent. And I realized through the conscious communication training that I took in Ghana in 2020 that when we do things like that, we actually are really just calling more of that same energy back in. It's almost like we are conjuring by passionately talking about something. Yes, yes, I want more of this. Please send me more of this experience. And I also find communication gets way more complicated when we have relationships, right? Because there's different ways of seeing the world, and everyone's doing their best to communicate, and yet there's so much that we don't actually understand. When someone says something, all we hear are the words. We don't necessarily know the intention behind it. And so, one of the things that I have definitely learned the hard way is when I'm upset, I've definitely said things I wish I could take back. And when something's out there, that it's already done. We don't get an opportunity. Like, you can apologize, but it doesn't erase the feelings that were activated. It doesn't erase the way that the person heard or received the message. And even if we didn't actually mean what we said, it's already out there and it's done. And so, one of the things that I'm still learning, but I believe it's really important, is the awareness of like really considering what you're saying through the lens of the person that you're saying it to. And if you don't know the person very well, doing your best to maybe even consider, like, how would I receive this if someone said this to me? And there's an old saying, I don't know who said it, so I apologize for that, but when you speak, allow your words to pass through these three gates. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? And I love that. And I also would add to it, is it true? Is it helpful? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Because sometimes we speak things into existence just by saying what's on our mind, and it's not always helpful. And so I definitely have been paying more attention to not only just the words that I hear, but also the frequency that they are delivered in. And I also know that I've harmed other people with my words, and relationships have ended over it. And those are really hard lessons for me to learn, because in some cases it was people I really loved. And once I said those things, that person couldn't erase that from their memory, and it was so hurtful, that it ended the relationship. And so I just thought I would pop on here because I keep hearing in my life, like my mother said to me the other day, like, what this world needs is more kindness. And then at like 3 o'clock this morning, I got a video from my dad about the power of kindness. And I know, people want to come from a place of honesty and integrity when they communicate, and they want to be real. But is it possible for all of that honesty and realness to come through the lens of kindness? I don't know. I'm just putting that out there for consideration, because our words are powerful, and the things that we speak do matter. Even if we want them to come across a certain way, they're not always received in the way that we're intending. And taking accountability and responsibility for the things that we say is important in building healthy relationships and having clear, conscious communication. And the other piece, from the training that I was really interested in, is like how we communicate to ourselves, the things that we say about ourselves and to ourselves, because a lot of that gets reflected into the people that we meet and the experiences that we have. And just a reminder to also remember that for yourself, have kindness, and maybe stop that voice midstream when it's telling you that you effed up, or you ought to have done this, or da 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 da, fill in the blank, whatever suits you. Because is it really helpful? And is it actually true? Or is it a part of you that is, in a way, like addicted to suffering or self-abuse? So I hope that this message was helpful for you. It's definitely coming from a place of truth in my heart today, and it felt necessary, and it was my deepest intention to deliver it in a kind way. So I hope that that's how it is coming across. And I just want to send love to all of my teachers, my mom, my dad, my loved ones, and all of the people who I have the pleasure of sharing space with in this life, because I really believe we're all teaching each other. Thanks so much for being here. If you want to share a comment or experience, I always love to hear from you. And thanks for being you. Thanks for being human. And thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next one. Mwah. So much love.